One of the most significant life changes that has occurred in my life was when I had an attempt to commit suicide. I was teaching a health and wellness class at University of Phoenix, and I was teaching students how to be emotionally and mentally healthy, while at the same time of teaching this 5-week class, I was living in darkness. I was unhealthy emotionally, unhealthy mentally, and my plan at the end of teaching that 5th class was to commit suicide. As I was walking through the parking lot, it was a significant symbol of how I was feeling. It was very dark, it was empty, with only a flicker of light, and that's how I was feeling. I attempted suicide and by taking sleeping pills once I got to my car, with an initial plan to crash on my way home and end my life. Unfortunately, I didn't consider the other people who were driving on the freeway that night and that I may encounter, that I could actually cause an accident to cause harm to someone else's life. That was significant for me. Thankfully, I did not hurt anyone else, and my life was spared. I remember each one of the landmarks driving home, and typically when I take one sleeping pill, I'm asleep within a few minutes. This time I doubled the amount that I was taking. Actually, I can say I tripled it. And on the drive home, as I was getting there, the closer I got to home, I thought, okay, this isn't working. These pills are not taking effect. I am wide awake for this 25-minute drive home. I should have thought at that moment, this is not God's plan for my life. But because my mind was so broken, my thoughts about myself were so broken, I didn't go that route. So my second plan, plan B, was to pull into the garage, let the garage down, let the car continue to run, the pills take effect, and I just go to sleep peacefully. I remember everything about my drive home, including driving into my neighborhood. What I didn't remember was pulling into my garage. The next thing I remember, it was 2:30 in the morning, waking up on my stairs with my purse, my bag for work, and my notebook in my arm. I had no memory of driving into my garage. It wasn't until I was writing my first book, Broken Believer No More, that the Lord told me it wasn't meant for you to remember. Because you see, had I remembered, I wouldn't be here today. He had a bigger plan for me, and that plan was to help other women understand and realize that just because it's dark today, it doesn't have to be dark tomorrow. I thought of the stained glass window syndrome when I was writing my second book, Love Yourself to Life. And to me, when we look at stained glass, what do you see? You see beauty. You see all of these colors that are put together to make this beautiful window. Unfortunately, sometimes we're looking at people's lives from the outside in, and what we see is a beautiful stained glass window, when the woman on the inside of that home doesn't see that stained glass window that you see. Because on the inside, what this woman has done is taken different pieces of tape, different colors of tape, to put the shatteredness of her life back together, or just to try to hold her life together. So what we see on the outside is beauty. What's on the inside is actually tape that's been put across this window so this woman doesn't continue to shatter. And what typically happens is we're comparing ourselves to other people for what we think we see that we want, when in reality, we don't really want their life. We don't want the struggles that they're going through. We don't know what is going on in a person's life, because a lot of times we only show you what we want you to see. We put masks on so that you can think what you're seeing is awesomeness, but in reality, sometimes what you're seeing is a struggle that I'm not really allowing you to get in through that other side of that stained glass window to see what's actually going on in my life. And when we compare our lives to other people, or we're watching other people, that's what we're doing. We're looking at their life through a stained glass window instead of actually looking at seeing what this person is going through. Sometimes there's a stigma behind seeking professional help or a counselor. And anytime we don't want to seek the help with that we need, we can find ourselves on a Ferris wheel of going through the same emotion over and over again, never being able to get off. I often hear people say insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. If what a person is going through now, whether mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, because they're financial coaches as well, we need to be open to seeking help to get from where we are now to where we want to be. But not only should we seek the help, we have to take action. I can go get all the help that I want, but if I don't take the action that my life coach gives me, and I have an awesome life coach, Crystal Blackwell, Crystal Clear Solutions, and that's exactly what she gives me. She gives me crystal clear solutions for me to take action steps. But if I don't take those action steps, I'm going to be on that same Ferris wheel when I go back to see her the next month. So I want us to get past that stigma of, oh, I can't go seek professional help because people are going to think something is wrong with us. Well, there's something wrong with all of us, to be real about it. So we need to be open to seeking that help and doing what we need to do. Our best friends, our spouses, our husbands, wives, for those who are, for men, our co-workers, they're not always the best people for us to go talk to. Sometimes you need that outside source to give you the relevant information that you need to get past that hump that you're in. And definitely don't go to a yes person, because a yes person is going to agree with everything that you have to say. And that's not what we need in our lives. Sometimes we need to seek that professional help to get past where we are. That life coach to help us coach us through those things.